Welcome to the Marvels, Mysteries and Midlanders podcast. Prepare to take a dive into all things mythical, eerie and downright strange. Stick around. You might just enjoy yourself.
You don't seem to be having like the sweats or fever or anything.
No, I've got no fever. I just feel
it'll come.
Yeah, it's my first day. Hannah said tomorrow is going to be a lot worse. I'm like,
yeah. I tested positive for it, and I was like, oh, it's not so bad. It's all right. And then I went to sleep, and I was like, oh my god. It's just the headache. The headache is the worst.
Yeah, I've had the headache. I've had just like a scratchy throat and just general lethargy. You're recording, by the way.
Yeah, I'm recording.
Cool. But yeah, it's not great. I'm not gonna lie. I don't feel. It's weird. Like right now, I don't feel properly ill. Like I know something's up, but
yeah.
I know it's gonna be worse. So I'm like, yay.
Nah, you just spend like 2 or 3 days in bed and then you're fine.
I'm just gonna drink some alcohol, mate. Just burn out my system.
Burn it out. I've got some wine left. I might go grab actually.
Yeah, get the wine. The wine is what we need to survive.
I'll have to ask Mum, give me that bottle of wine.
Mum, where's the wine, Mum?
I need to kill the rest of this COVID.
It's in the shower going, His face. Speaking of which, me and Lewis thought when you said you need to go and have a shower and eat, and then like 5 minutes later you were like, oh, I'm ready. We were like, how has he done that? So Lewis, what was your amazing idea you had?
That you were eating while in the shower.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Classic
Adam.
Put that burger bun in the shower.
That is some time-saving skills, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Efficiency.
Imagine eating cereal in the shower. The water, the milk.
You wouldn't even need milk. Just go in there with some dry cereal and let the plumbing do the work.
It's like those people who put ice cubes in the cereal. Have you seen that?
Well, and then put milk in.
People put like milk in their cereal, and then they put ice cubes in the milk.
I mean, do you know what? That doesn't sound too bad to me.
Sickening. You don't mix water and milk.
It is a little bit watery.
You just don't do it. It doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right. For some
reason, in my mind, there water was just completely irrelevant in that mixture. I was like, ice isn't water. You dumb fuck.
My brain is turning to water as we speak. So hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Marvels, Mysteries and Midlanders. I am the COVID-ridden host, James. Nice to meet you. And
I am the COVID-ridden participant, Adam.
Co-hosts, actually. Give yourself some credit, fellas. Jesus.
I'm the COVID-free co-host, Lewis.
Lewis has experienced COVID once before.
I had it, yeah. I had it before it was cool.
So now
I had it before it was cool.
So now he's smug about it all. He's like, I had symptoms
before it went mainstream. I had it.
Yeah, but yeah, are you part of the Omicron gang? Omicron, bro.
I was Delta, mate.
Delta. Well, I'm Omicron. I'm sorry, but if I was a Transformer, Omicron. It sounds a lot cooler than Delta. Omicron Delta. So yeah,
that sounds quite cool.
It does actually. Call me up, Hasbro, whoever owns Transformers. I've got a new controversial Transformer character for you. But yeah, so today we are. So also, Happy New Year to everyone. I forgot what year it was. I had a good Christmas and stuff. Welcome to 2022. We're definitely in.
It's all the same shit.
Yeah. Guess what? Overnight when it hit midnight.
Why can't it just end?
Guess what happened? It just got worse, or it stayed the same. Either way, don't let a year starting define you. Life is just one continuous stream. A year means nothing.
One painful, inflicted, heinous journey that you are unable to escape from. Not even the sweet release of death will free you.
When you're dead, guess what? Time still moves on. Time still moves on. And eventually...
We've taken a new angle to this podcast.
This isn't
now that me and
even...
James have COVID.
Yeah, James is a lot more hard on everyone, especially himself. But yeah, see, I'm laughing. I'm already like starting to sweat a lot. Like a lot. Jesus Christ. Oh, dude.
Throughout this episode, James is just going to deteriorate.
Yeah, no, it actually might be the best episode we've done yet, just to see how...
He's just going to be like, I can imagine he's just reading, he's just going to be like, yeah, so he's just a ghost. He's just a ghost, right? So,
it's not a ghost episode today, actually. I like how
Midlanders. See you later.
This is a 5 minutes episode. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, you guys do it. But yeah, it's not a ghost today, actually. And you know what? Today I actively started researching into something that was quote unquote true crime-ish, as in legit happened with people. You know, just to please you guys, because I know, like, you know, everything's like, oh, it's not real. So, you know, I'm trying to cater to not only the audience, but the co-hosts as well, which shouldn't be a problem, yet here we are. So, anyway. Here we go. So, yeah, let's do a scene setting. Yeah, I've been doing scene settings lately.
Let me turn my music off.
You're listening to music?
Really quietly, I always do it. You know, when James is saying something like really sad, I've just got some...
And then the entire family die. And then he moved room to room with a 9mm pistol, shooting each family member as he went. Yeah, that's good. See, that's why
keep the spirits up.
That's why I keep editing out like fat beats every time I edit, and I'm like, where are those beats coming from? It's Adam's headphones the entire time. Right, okay, so it's a serene autumn's evening. That's a lateral flow test, Adam. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, well done. Well done on being positive, like the rest of us.
Be positive, guys.
This is just positive in general. That's good. It's good to know. So, it's a serene autumn's evening. The smell of the cool breeze brings the dewy smell of fresh rainfall to your nostrils. Dead leaves move gently along the ground into the night. It's a perfect excuse for a walk in the moonlight. Unfortunately for you, something else has decided to wander about in the shadows. When they found your body a few days later, well, part of it, nobody really knew who or what had done this. Luckily for you, we're going to tell you the story instead of you having to experience it again. Today, we are looking into the story of the werewolf of Ansbach.
Ooh.
You got any beats for that, Adam?
Let's do it again.
Today, we are looking into the story of the werewolf of Ansbach. Yeah, I should get a soundboard to do that.
Oh my god, we should get a soundboard.
You should get a...
Can I be in control of the soundboard? I'll be like Charlie Sloth, hitting them explosion. Perfect.
And then he was executed 4 days later. Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Where'd you find this?
So, yeah, I think that would work great. So, first things first, gents. What do you guys know about lycanthropes, a.k.a. werewolves? Lycans. What do you know?
Full moon. They come out
full
and
silver bullets.
Silver bullets.
Underworld, Kate Beckinsale. Bill Nye's in that as well, I think.
He is, as is Michael Sheen.
The human in the daytime.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. The interesting thing about this story today is that it goes a bit beyond the normal werewolf folklore. And to start off, we're going to actually jump into a bit of the folklore behind what a werewolf is. So becoming a werewolf is usually a cursed affliction rather than a biological inheritance. But anybody can rewrite lore anyway, so you could make up anything to say you become a werewolf. But the general ones are, you know, you either inherit it somehow in your family line, or you get cursed through a bite or gypsy curse, something like that. You know, that's the gist of it.
Gypsy curse on you!
I hex you! I hex you!
Why do we always go for the Scottish accent?
It's just it's the easiest one to go to. There's such character to it, so soon as you start going like this, the character just kind of bleeds out onto the screen.
I curse you, gypsy.
I hex you. I hex you. It's like a horrible sneeze. I hex you. I hex you. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Anyway, so, right, where was I? So if you find yourself bitten or scratched based on the law, by the next full moon, you will find yourself joining the pack and terrorizing the nearest populace or livestock. Though at the time of this tale we're discussing today, lycanthropy was associated with the magical arts, which then typically fell into the unpleasant topic of witch hunting. You know how it goes. If you don't understand it, you kill it. Yeah.
What is it?
What is it? Can we kill it? We can try. Yeah. So that's the.
It's not an episode if you don't get a Hobbit quote in there.
Some sort of Tolkien film, reference. Either way,
Any film reference, really. We're a big film lot.
Anything get burned in here? Bring one and oil.
Bring wood and oil.
Bring wood and oil. So some believe that being a werewolf was a blessing from Satan for your devotion to him. Others believed it was brought on via extreme cases of repression. So can you...
What do you mean, repression?
Not sexual repression, calm
no,
down.
But like, if you just... What you repressed?
Repressed. Yeah.
Anger.
Yeah, anger repression.
Oh, okay.
Emotional repression.
I thought you just tried to deny something.
I'm just generally repressed. Yeah. Did you break my glass earlier?
Just turning to,
yeah, that's what happens. Yeah.
Is that a grey hair?
I'm repressing my age. I guess you. Yeah. So, but a werewolf is a creature of repression in a sense. It's essentially a man or woman giving in to all his primal and animalistic urges and going absolutely wolf shit. So if you think about it, it is complete release of every single frustration and anger, emotion.
Isn't that the opposite of repression?
Well, yeah. Okay, it's a try this again. It's created through repression. The creature of repression, because
Sorry, James, that's
repressing yourself results in this creature coming out of you. Okay?
Exploding.
Yes, it's an explosion of repression everywhere.
Wasn't there some reference to Jekyll and Hyde with werewolves and stuff?
Well, I'm not entirely sure. I've never read Jekyll and Hyde. I've only seen the old films, but that's in a way, I suppose it could be because it's essentially that it's the evil side of you, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you apply that to the werewolf kind of lore, it's you.
They are quite similar.
Yeah. It's you becoming something that has no control and, in some senses, enacts upon urges that you wouldn't as a normal person. Adam's just spraying some air freshener around his room. Very essential to the episode.
No, I seem to develop some kind of ADHD when I take these
do. Like, take my vitamins, spray the room.
I'm just like looking around. I'm like, oh, I'll spray this.
Get my bottle of wine. Yeah. This applies to you, Adam. You may see glimpses of a person's true nature when they are drunk or during an altercation. You know, the beast within comes out. You think about it that way.
I'm a very what's the word? Friendly
disposition
in a non-strange way.
I'm very friendly.
I'm a nice chilled out guy when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
You bastard!
Last time I was drunk, I remember sending you a video of me lying on the floor eating toast.
Yeah, I remember that. I still have that.
Good.
Oh no, I don't. I had to get a new phone. I don't have it.
Yay!
Actually, no, I can go on my old phone.
Oh. Lewis is just there with his metal bottle.
That was a very strange way to drink.
I know, yeah. Meant to not open your entire mouth, Lewis. Just sip it. You have to swallow the bottle. No.
Let him do that. Let him do that. Oh, God.
So, other rumoured ways to become one with the wolf included eating a wolf's brains, drinking water out of a wolf's footprint, or drinking out of a stream from which 3 or more wolves have been seen to drink. Excuse me, mate.
It's all right. Can you just not go over that bridge and just go through the stream? I really just want to drink your water, mate.
Excuse me, mate. Weird question. Have you ever seen more than 3 wolves drinking out of this?
Yeah.
Excuse me, boss. There's 3 werewolves been drinking out of this.
Cool. If you've heard getting bitten by a werewolf and being cursed, but
You ever drank a werewolf's piss, mate?
that gets you furry real quick, mate. Real
Get some
quick.
fucking fur on your chest from that.
But also, you could blame, if you wanted to go really, really realistic, you could also say rabies. Rabies makes you rabid, so the man becomes the animal. He becomes the animal.
There was that documentary of the feral child, wasn't there?
Yes. Yeah.
Have you?
Was he a werewolf?
Well, I think it's probably the closest thing someone can come to a werewolf.
You implying that werewolves aren't real?
I mean, got to play devil's advocate here, haven't I?
Don't like this. I don't like this at all. But one of my personal favourites is the concept that a man would shroud himself in the furs of the creature he wanted to become. Like a complete personality. When you put on a costume and you become what you dressed as. When actors say, when I was wearing the outfit, I became Ace Ventura or whatever,
Much like a furry.
Much like a furry, yeah.
Here we go again.
Brought it all the way back. You could say werewolves were the original furries in a way.
Oh my God, they
people were just trying to, ultimately try and relive that high with
furries are just wannabe werewolves.
With weird, colourful werewolves, modern werewolves who also happen to meet up and have orgies and such. But anyway, moving on.
Well, werewolves maybe did that as well.
Well, yeah, I'm not one to judge.
There you go.
I just wish I was involved in all these things. But yeah, even if these men didn't become literal beasts through wearing these furs, these outfits helped unleash their primitive sides and urges. This concept also mirrors the nightmarish witches from the Navajo Native American culture known as Skinwalkers. You may have heard of that. It's something we'll definitely cover in the future because it's very disturbing. But it's very, very interesting. In Western Europe, more logical-sided folklorists have stated that they believe the entire concept of werewolves spawned from violent races of people using animal disguises to pillage old towns and villages, which also makes a lot of sense. I don't know if you've seen the trailer for The Northman recently. It's
I think so.
It's that Viking revenge film. There's a bit where they're attacking a camp and they've got wolf skins on. They've got the wolf head on their head, and if you saw people dressed like that attacking a village, you'd be like,
I'd be out.
Wolfmen! So you could also look into it in that logical side. Lewis is like, yeah, I instantly agree with this, and nothing else is going to change my mind. It's men dressed as wolves. That's it.
Yeah.
Men as wolves.
Yeah, men dressed as wolves.
But I don't want to make rush decisions on it.
Boys to men, men to wolves.
Men to wolves. That's our album name. Boys
Men to wolves.
Men to wolves or boys to wolves, whatever works best. Us on the cover in werewolf outfits, just pulling shapes or gang signs, whatever.
AWOOO.
Call me DJ AWOOO. The idea of disguising oneself as an animal doesn't always lead to primal attacks, however. Some primitive peoples would put on animal skins or dress like an animal when out as foragers or robbing or even spying for avoiding enemy detection. Pawnee Native Americans were also called wolves by their neighbouring tribes, because apparently they had the endurance of wolves that could travel all day and dance all night and could make long journeys living on the carcasses they found on their way or no food at all. Imagine being that resourceful and resilient. If only. I think we've spoiled ourselves with our pathetic modern living. One point.
You sound like the what's his name? What's the Unabomber's name?
What? Kaczynski.
Yeah, is it Ted Kaczynski?
Ted Kaczynski, yeah.
Yeah, you sound like Ted Kaczynski.
I'm going to live in my cabin and shit in the bucket and write letters. Yeah.
Here's a bomb!
To be fair, I used to be a postman.
I'm going to bomb the fucking wolves, man.
I'm going to bomb them wolves. I used to be a postman, mate. I used to be. Not anymore. Maybe I should do a Ted Kaczynski. I'm feeling pretty rough right now. Oh, hold on.
Where are you going? Don't get the bomb, James. We're only joking, mate. We're only joking.
Just want to point out that I'm not literally saying I'm going to do an Unabomber and start, I'm not going to do that, guys, I swear. I can't believe I
Not yet.
Not yet. Will I feel better, maybe? We'll see.
I had the fireplace thing on.
Oh, for God's sake.
And it just ended and the trailers came on.
See, I've introduced these guys to the
Birchwood edition.
Birchwood fireplace video, hour-long fireplace video on Netflix, and Adam frankly can't get enough of it. He loves it.
It's quite loud to begin with, though. Oh.
Turn it off. You're recording a podcast. We don't want you.
I like having it on in the back.
Such disrespect.
Hold on.
It's Christmassy time.
It's Christmassy. Right, I paused it
New
now.
Year.
It's nice. New Year's.
It's,
Get it right.
I thought you wanted to bomb the Royal
winter.
Mail, not my fucking Christmas spirit.
I swear, if Royal Mail gets bombed now, I'm not taking the blame for it. All right? I'm not taking the blame for it. I don't have to make a bomb. I've never even read the Anarchist Cookbook. Wink, 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 wink. Yeah, one point that is interesting, and will come up again later, is that porny Native Americans would employ a white blanket or white sheet, alternating from furs, and at night, wrapping themselves in this white sheet, and getting down on their hands and knees, and walking or trotting here and there like a wolf, having thus transformed themselves into the wolf itself, and become a common object of the landscape. This disguise was employed by day as well for reconnaissance. Though it wasn't always a wolf, people wanted to become. Amongst the Lapps and Finns peoples known to live in the northern territories of Norway, Sweden, Finland, they would describe stories of people becoming bear, wolves, reindeers, fish, or even birds.
Well, they tried to become birds.
Yeah. Like where?
Did they try and fly?
Well, I don't have any videos.
I mean, that's pretty much like the main aspect of being a bird, so...
Maybe they wanted to be a flightless bird, Adam. Have you thought about that? Hey?
Why
Hey?
the fuck would you want to be a flightless bird?
Yeah, thin legs, cool diet, cute. Yeah.
Not bad looking.
Yeah. Better look now.
Close-knit family.
Close family. I can lay eggs. It's pretty cool.
Pretty decent life.
Never laid an egg before. Yeah. So before we dive into our tale for this episode, we're going to discuss the homemade recipe for
Are we not even started the tale?
No, recipe for achieving a state of Zen lycanthropy. I mean, I said I was going to be a little background.
You are. This
Give
is
me
some
background
detailed
into
background.
werewolf lycanthropy, you know. And besides, you know, like, yeah, you could say I'm padding out the episode, but at the same time, this saves me from having to do
I'm
it
definitely
again.
not padding out the episode.
No.
Stay tuned, everyone.
Stay tuned, everyone. Wait for part 2 where I actually start the episode. No, I'm just doing it because, you know, anyone who's listening who's not familiar with werewolves, it'll give them a better understanding of how the law works.
Everyone's familiar, surely.
That was a bitchy thing to do, Lewis.
I like that, Lewis.
I do like the American.
Oh, you're
Native
interested now.
American
You're interested, are you?
I'd never heard of that before.
It's funny that you're suddenly interested in what I'm talking about. But okay, yeah, thank you.
Hey, do you know what, Lewis? He tried to throw you a bone there. And
did.
James, you just fucking threw it away.
I've got COVID, Adam.
So do I. Forgive the pun, throwing a bone, by the way.
God,
Werewolves,
I'm
etc.
getting, I'm getting very warm.
This is where James starts to become a werewolf himself.
Become the wolf. That's what I'm doing. That's what I want to show you guys, a man's descent into literally primal urges on camera. Anyway.
You're going to have the government just like burst down his door and be like, no, we can't give this out to people. COVID turns people to werewolves.
He's a werewolf. He's also a postal bomber. And a very mean-spirited young man. Yeah. If you had to choose one reason to become a werewolf, what would it be? Because we're about to go on to the homemade recipe to become a werewolf, apparently. What would your reason for wanting to become a werewolf? If you had to. If you had to.
So I could become mates with Taylor Lautner.
Yeah, I mean... Good.
Is that the Twilight Blake?
It is the Twilight Blake, yes.
I think you'll find it's Jacob Black from the hit novel series.
You know his surname. Okay.
I've watched the Twilight films.
Okay.
And you know what? They're
Yeah, do you know what?
entertaining. I'm not.
I like them.
Yeah,
I like them.
I've enjoyed them. You know what? They're perfectly entertaining. Don't take them seriously. They're a lot of fun.
Vampire. Oh!
Say it. Say it. Your skin is ice cold. Your neck is shut. Hold on tight, spider monkey.
Oh, no, stop.
And also, Carlisle Cullen is a certified babe. Guy is very patient and deserves the world. So, Lewis, your reason for being a werewolf?
Something to do in the evenings.
Yeah. Why did you become a werewolf? Because I was bored. I wanted my evenings to be more
Exciting.
Yeah. Okay.
I needed a hobby in the
Yeah. I'll take that. So,
Fair play.
in 1912, Elliot O'Donnell published a book called Werewolves, containing tales of attacks.
What was it called, James?
Werewolves. Yeah. And so it contained tales of attacks and how one could become one with the beast in a few very easy steps. Real werewolves hate him. After reading the reviews for this book, by the way, and they were mostly like 1-star ratings, some of the reviews actually said, "Wow, this book is so much more racist than I thought it would be." And these stories are enjoyable to read if you ignore the blatant racism and sexism that is present throughout the entire book. Now, I just want to point out, the section I'm reading isn't racially or sexually charged in any way. It's apparently a home remedy on how to become a werewolf. So just
If you're a woman,
don't even bother. Women can't even have the strength to pick up wolf claws, let alone hold the entire muscle mass of a man wolf. They released the film The Wolf Man for a reason. No such thing as the wolf woman. My neckbeard's getting longer by the second. Yeah.
that's oddly specific, James.
But yeah, this book though is a quality read, gents. This is what you want for the secret werewolf power ritual. He goes on to say, the locality chosen, our candidate must select a night when the moon is new and strong. He must then choose a perfectly level piece of ground, and on it, at midnight, he must mark, either with chalk or string. It really does not matter which, a circle of not less than 7 feet in radius, and within this, from the same centre, another circle of 3 feet in radius. I'm getting confused. Then, in the centre of this inner circle, he must kindle a fire, and over the fireplace an iron tripod containing an iron vessel of water. As soon as the water begins to boil, the would-be lycanthropist must throw it into handfuls of any 3 of the following substances: asafoetida, parsley, opium, hemlock, henbane, saffron, aloe, poppy seed, and solanum, repeating, as he does, these words. So I've just got a guy just drawing, just draw loads of circles on the floor.
He's got to get his spirit level, though, just to make sure the ground is level.
The ground is level. So, Lewis, I think...
Yep, I see that right there. That's perfect.
Yeah. Very good. So, Lewis, I think you should be the one to read this next, but I think it's appropriate that you read these sacred words, as you are obviously the most experienced with becoming one with the inner beast. But when you do it, I want you to be as passionate as you can. Remember, you are trying to conjure a werewolf into yourself. You're trying to let yourself be entered by the spirit of a werewolf. So I'm going to send you this, and I want you to be as passionate
Okay.
as you can.
I want to feel this passion.
Yeah, I want like how you see those gospel reverends who just get so into it. I want that kind of level of devotion to this role. Okay, so here we
I want you to blow COVID-19 away.
Yeah, blow the COVID out of me with your passion, and also there's a fair bit to it. So feel free to you have to take your time. You can speed through it a bit. There you go.
Praise Jesus.
That is not in there, but fair play.
Oh wow, this is quite long.
It is quite long.
Yeah, feel free to blast through it. It's all right. It's only a few lines. Spirits from the deep. Feel free to do it together. I don't mind. I'm just sitting like this.
Spirits from the deep who never sleep, be kind to me. Spirits from the grave. What?
I like your rapping.
Sounds like a really shit rapper.
No, don't name put you off, Lewis. You continue to rap.
Spirits from the grave, without a soul to save, be kind to me. Spirits from the trees that grow on the leaves, be kind to me. Spirits in the air,
Oh,
foul and black, not fair, be kind to me.
I felt that one.
Spirits hateful, to ships blathers hateful. Bathers. To ships and bathers fateful, be kind to me. Spirits earthbound dead that glide with noiseless thread, be kind to me. Spirits of heat and fire with your destructive ire.
Yes, this is good.
Yes, this is good.
This is good. This is quality.
Spirits of cold and ice, patrons of crime and vice, be kind to me. Wolves, vampires, satyrs, ghosts, elect all of the devilish hosts. I pray to you, send hither, the great grey shape that makes men shiver. Shiver, shiver, shiver. Come.
Oh, I'm coming! Lewis, that was fantastic. Well done.
That was brilliant, Lewis.
Well done. And I appreciate the passion you put in it. And you know what? I'm going to mix up some beats for that, and that'll be out next week.
Kanye been real quiet ever since Lewis came out with his recent album.
So
what is it actually called? A spell or?
That's
it's
it.
Like a chant.
It's a chant, yeah, right. A incantation.
Incantation.
Yeah. So once you've chanted this, you would then, you may as well do this as well, Lewis. You would then remove your clothes and smear your body with the fat of a newly killed animal. The usual preference is a cat for some reason. Mixing.
Hang on, I know where a cat is.
Stay away from my house. So yeah, you'd kill the cat, then you'd mix it with aniseed, camphor, and opium. It's funny as well because, Adam, you went for that episode, but in the episode of Black Anise, there's a tradition where they get a dead cat soaked in aniseed from a Black Anise's cave and parade it about on a stick to the mayor's door. So killing a cat and putting it in aniseed seems to be a
common theme.
A thing. Yeah, a thing. Then, around your loins, Lewis, you would bind yourself with a form of girdle made from wolf skin. Then, kneeling down in the first circle, waiting for the unknown to come upon you, you presumably have done things right when the fire begins to burn blue and quickly goes out. If it doesn't appear to you in the form of a huntsman or half-man, half-beast, it will make its presence known via sheer terror and coldness, apparently. There you go. Lewis, you're a werewolf now. Well done. You did it.
Congratulations, Lewis.
Wicked.
Did it. Well done. Well done.
Well, how long do you... So, I've done all that. I'm just kneeling down.
Just kneeling, mate.
Yeah, he's slathered in this cat fat.
And how long
He's
do I
freezing
wait?
his
How
bollocks
long
off.
do I get?
It doesn't say. It just says you wait until the spirit comes over you.
So that might be quite embarrassing, eh? Like being
I don't
stood
think
up.
you do it in public, mate. I think you do.
I don't think anyone else is
It's got to
there.
be outside, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
a
definitely.
wood, a flat-grounded woodland area. You'll be right, mate. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
It's not a podcast. It's a way of life.
Seriously, though, it's just a podcast.
That was ghastly.
So, this is the first time we've covered werewolves on Marvel's Mysteries of Midlanders, but it won't be the last. Why? Because between the 14th and 17th century, roughly 300 years, around 100,000 people were executed in Europe under accusations of being a savage beast of the night. France and Germany themselves have some notable stories of werewolves attacks, such as the Livonian werewolf and the Beast of Gavaudan, the big ones. But we thought we'd start off small, because why rush? Why rush? You've just had half an hour of werewolf folklore, which you probably didn't even like. There were so many cases of supposed werewolf attacks that it sparked a collective panic that another town would fall victim to this lycanthrope epidemic. So, in 1685, the Bavarian town of Ansbach was to become the scene of many brutal, bloodthirsty attacks. Like many tales of this kind, it began with a number of violent murders on local livestock. On a particularly stormy evening, 3 farmhands were securing the livestock and areas that needed to be protected from potential flooding. Fixing fences here and there, the farm boy kind of stuff you do. Always about fixing those fences. After doing an animal head count, they noticed that 2 cows were missing, and with no choice but to head into the dark storm, they split up to search the surrounding fields in case they'd been spooked by lightning and scarpered away from their shelter. Heading out into the night darkness, lamp in hand, they could barely illuminate the path in front of themselves, aside from the flashes of thunder. After around 15 minutes of wandering, they heard a painful groan echoing from a nearby field. Delightful. Thank you. Yeah. The farmhand shot over the fence and began trying to see what it was, and thanks to a few dramatically timed bolts of lightning, the terrifying sight was revealed to him. The first thing he seen was one cow absolutely bombing it back towards the shelter. The next thing he seen was flashes of red in the swirling dark deluge all around him. and a few flashes more revealed a hulking, dark-furred beast locked onto the mutilated cow with tooth and claw. The creature didn't shift from its meal, but locked its glowing amber eyes with the farmhands. During this intense staring match, he also noticed a strange white shroud wrapped around the wolf's body. He also decided to absolutely leg it back through the storm and to the farm.
Fair play. Fair play.
Upon returning to his co-workers, they were already waiting for him there, and they'd found the fleeing cow. He screamed, "There's a beast! There's a beast!" There was no point heading back into the storm for a hunt.
Oh yeah, there's a beast over there.
There's a beast in the field. There was no point heading back into the storm for a hunt, so they waited until the next day where they come across the stripped corpse of the mutilated cow. The majority of the blood spilt had washed away in the storm, but there was no denying that this truly was a work of a beast. Soon enough, these attacks became a regular occurrence, and the fear began to seep into the minds of every Ansbachian. Back then, farming and raising livestock was a more popular way of making a living, so as you can probably imagine, this was kind of annoying for the owners. Just a little bit. They did initially assume it was a pack of wolves that had moved into the area, and they were at least half right. After a month of preying on livestock and numerous witness accounts, the gang of wolves' tail turned into one solitary Uberwolf. How'd you feel about that little encounter? I'd run away, for sure.
Yeah, I'd run away. I'd run away at the best of times, though, to be fair.
It's true, Live to tell the tale. Live to tell the tale. And we can talk about it and butcher it on the podcast. Good idea. Yeah. The mass fear continued to grow, and it really became a problem once several children were found dead in a similar fashion. Some had been dragged out of their own beds.
Oh, wait, children are dead now.
Yeah.
Right, it's got a little bit more.
They've upgraded from cows to children. Yeah, imagine that. Kill my cows, more fool me. Kill my kids, more fool you, Mr. Wolf.
That seems like a bit of a downgrade in meal, doesn't it?
But
if you're having a big fat cow,
but the innocence,
and then you go to like this little
fear,
twiggly drumstick of a human being,
the flesh. Maybe they're already fat kids.
Well, it was Germany. I'm sorry, it's a joke, guys.
It's just a joke. Yeah, to be fair, I'm pretty sure most German people I see are actually incredibly fit. Physically. Yeah. With the death of the children came the rumours that this wasn't just a simple Uberwolf, but a werewolf. It didn't actually take them all that long to find the culprit. Well, who they thought the culprit was. And would you believe they were hiding amongst the townspeople? All fingers pointed towards the Ansbach public enemy number one, a man named Michael Licht, the burgomaster of Ansbach. Are you familiar what a burgomaster is?
A what? A burgomaster?
A burgomaster, yeah.
Oh. Like a cattle master or something?
Well, it was essentially a town caretaker and administrator to the sovereign as well. It's like somewhere between mayor and overlord of the space,
An overlord?
Overlord, yeah. Over a lord who oversees
the
area. Is that all right?
A lord over you, young man. With that tone.
Yes. Do not question my role in this community. Anyway,
Burger man.
I am the burger man, yeah. Anyway, in life, he was a bit of a fraudster, this Michael Licht, cheating nearly the entire village out of money, among other things. It's safe to say this guy was disliked due to this and his apparently very cruel nature. In fact, people actually came to see him buried at his funeral, not out of respect, but to give out some final parting disses. So what would you give as your best, parting diss to someone? Say, I don't know, me, I'm being buried, I'm dead, and you're like, gonna get one last diss in. What do you say?
See you, mate.
That's kind of, that doesn't sound like a diss, that sounds kind of heartwarming, in a British way.
How would you die, though?
How's it going to be based on how I died? Okay, in this case, I died via a freak toaster explosion.
Well, I'd say something like, even in such as life, even though I don't know, like even your death was a disappointment. Much like your life.
Fair play.
Wow. Yeah.
That's got to do with me dying by a toaster, but fair enough. I bet Lewis would be like, I'm surprised you can get your head into that grave.
Big head. Oh no, I know what I'd say.
Go on then.
I'm like,
go on.
I'd say something like, so you died by a toaster?
Yes.
Yeah. I would say...
yeah. Oh, I can't say when I'm dead, but
Oh, yeah. I'd
Yes.
say, I'm surprised you're having toast because of how much you like turkey burgers. Turkey burger.
Oh, thank you for that. It's appreciated.
That would have been the best one.
Glad that's come back for sure.
Like,
Very
we'd have to
happy.
fine tune it. We'd fine tune it somehow.
Again,
we need to get it
still
in with
nothing
the
to do
toaster.
with toast.
That's what I mean. Surprised you're cooking toast. Thought you loved turkey burgers too much, huh? Turkey boy, gobble.
Maybe I was toasting my bun. Maybe I was toasting
true, yeah.
my bun.
True.
Lewis just awoke with a complete laugh. It made me jump. Obviously, at this point, you know how I said they pointed at being someone who lives in the village, but also how that person they pointed to is dead.
Okay.
Yeah, so that doesn't really make much sense, does it? You know, how can there be a werewolf if they're dead?
Undead werewolf.
Maybe. So the reason why people thought it was leaked was the fact the wolf was wrapped up in the white sheet, which was, accustomed to being a funerary shroud. Now, most people were buried in such one of those. The locals believed, due to his callous and malicious nature, that he returned as a wolf, wrapped in his shroud, to continue being a massive pain in the ass. I mean, this wolf in white was spotted at a neighbouring village also called Noises, where Michael actually lived before his death. Not just in the village, the wolf wasn't seen. He was actually seen scaling across the old house he lived in before he died.
Who was it?
Maybe it just smelled nice.
It's got to be him if it was in his ass, eh?
It was on his house. It scaled his house. It wasn't in his house, but it was still
Was he practicing
practicing. Coming back.
Maybe it was just
for his werewolf
marking
antics?
its territory.
Maybe.
Pissing all over his house.
Yeah.
It's what I think of you, mate.
maybe he didn't. Maybe the
Yeah.
werewolf didn't
Yeah.
like him, and he just went over there to piss on his
Yeah,
house.
the Ansbachians got it all wrong. They got it all wrong. Even with their beliefs of what this beast was, it didn't hide the fact that this wolf was still destroying children in Ansbach. The only course of action was to hunt the beast down, and in true people versus monster fashion, they formed a good old-fashioned hunting mob, with burning torches and pitchforks, presumably. They didn't just wonder about the village and surrounding woods, though. They also set up a series of wolf pits made specifically for capturing, wolves. Wolf pits were dug into soft land, usually near farmlands. In this case, it was very appropriate. They had steep sides lined with planks or masonry, making it impossible for the fallen animal to escape once it had fallen in. When the animal had fallen into the pit, it was likely killed or bled to death by sharpened sticks and spears, pointing upwards from the bottom of the pit. It's a classic pitfall, booby trap, really, So, know what happened though? I'd end up walking into it. I don't know where it is, but I'd still walk into it.
Yeah.
It's just typical me, guys. Comedy of errors.
Maybe that's how you die. No toaster accidents.
Yeah, okay. You got a good diss for me dying via impalement?
Turkey burger.
God's sake.
Classic.
Lewis loves the turkey burger. He really
that
does.
Incredible.
I wasn't expecting it.
That incredible
It's about timing,
nickname
guys.
was initially covered in our last episode we did. It's Christmas Tide 2021, so you can get the story there. Basically, I chose to eat a turkey burger over a platter, and apparently now
Shameless
I'm
plug.
just a
Shameless plug.
piece of shit. It's not shameless plug. I'm promoting the show that
Go watch
we're
last
on.
episode, guys. You'll get the turkey burger reference.
Please listen to it. The downloads are low. No, in some particular cases, if they didn't feel like digging these wolf pits, they'd use an old, unused well, which, alone would be quite a hefty fall for any animal to go down, really. So now the people of Ansbach are setting up these little traps all around the village. They've had enough of their kids being eaten and their cows being eaten. Now they're like, let's go.
After the sixth kid, they're like, do you know what? This is a bit inconvenient now.
We should probably deal with this wolf eating my children. Maybe just one more. Come here, Johann. Get out the door. Walk into the woods. Yeah. With the beast continuing its reign of fear and remaining elusive to the mobs of Ansbach and Noises, people started to think this truly was a creature beyond our comprehension. Until one fateful night. You see, the people have become accustomed to the sound of howls echoing from the woods every time the beast would likely strike. But on this night, a cold, damp evening, the howl sounded once more.
Oh.
But was said to sound more desperate than threatening.
Oh,
Go on, give us a desperate howl. Yeah.
like a whimper.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. That's good. It's good. The local hunters, all riled up and sensing a chance, probably suited and booted themselves and head out towards the sound. Lewis and
Did
Adam
they have
doing
guns back then?
Yeah, 16th century. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
It was me doubting myself again.
I don't know, but they had guns then.
Yeah, they had muskets.
They suited and booted themselves, but I imagine muskets may have been quite expensive. So maybe there was like one guy with a musket and everyone else had a spear. You know, because they're just farm folk, remember? So they
Crossbows.
Crossbows, yeah. Swords, cutlasses, scimitars, all exotic various blades.
Double barrel shotgun.
Sawn off.
Fucking Uzi, yeah.
Sawn off musket.
Uzi 9mm.
Exactly. So they head out towards the sound, and the anticipation was building as they approached the continuous sorrowful howl, thinking that maybe, just maybe, this time they might face the beast. In time, after moving through the wood of towering trees, they soon come upon the howls and the wolf pit. The men shuddered, but there was a sense of relief as they peered into the open pit. Below, they seen a mass of fur curled up at the bottom, its greyish-brown fur matted with leaves and fresh blood. Its blood. 2 pointed wooden stakes protruded from its lower body, straight through the white shroud it wore around itself. Despite the immense amount of pain it was in, it still lay defiant toward the hunters, baring its teeth and drooling, ready to defend itself. Now, we don't exactly know what the hunters were feeling at this time. Maybe it was anger for all the lives lost, fear as they were staring into a creature that was just quite big and primal in spirit, or maybe even sorrow. I mean, I don't like seeing animals in pain personally, even like scary ones. So I'll be like, just put it out of its misery. Just put it out of its misery.
Fucking kill it.
In this case, though, obviously the people got themselves riled up that this was the Burgomaster reincarnated, so they were probably like, kill that bitch! And just get it over with, you know. Probably. Either way, it didn't take long for the hunters to put this creature out of its misery, and then the Wolf of Ansbach was no more.
What would you do in that situation, James?
What if I saw a creature suffering?
If you are one of the citizens of Ansbach?
Well, seeing it's impaled and, you know, its lower body, and you don't really come back from a full-on impaling for your vital organs. I wouldn't want to, but I'd probably just try and put it out of its miseries.
Stop it, you're hurting it. Stop it.
What if it wasn't impaled? What if it was like there were no spikes in there?
I don't know.
And you trapped him.
Then it's killing people over the village, but I wouldn't just want to kill it. But then again, had it killed someone I knew, you know, would I have had a vendetta towards it?
What if it killed Lewis?
Oh, I'd just be like, come out, mate, do it again.
Come on, I've got some others for you, mate.
I'd roll Lewis's body into the pit and be like, finish the job. Pick him clean.
Bones and all.
Lewis, you just did a very offensive impression of me, and I'm offended. So yeah, I don't really care about your feelings right now. I don't really care about your feelings right now. Okay.
That's just the COVID talking.
It's not. This is who I am now. So the mere death of this wolf was not enough for the people of Ansbach. They needed to make an example, not just of the wolf, but also of Michael Licht. See, they felt it should be treated as how any human murderer or criminal would be treated in death. If Licht's soul truly was inside this beast, it would need to be made an example of. So say you guys were part of the townsfolk and you felt the same way towards it. How would you punish a dead wolf?
Burn it.
Burn it. Nice. Adam?
I don't really know how to punish wolves, to be honest.
Dead wolves?
I don't know. Probably just stick its head on a stake, stick it outside. Is that too much?
No.
Is that not a normal response?
No, that's fine, Adam. That's fine.
How do normal people think?
Very, very normal. The fur So the fur of the beast was peeled away and likely used as some blanket or clothing of some kind. But the remaining flayed corpse was then strung up as if it was a human and made to wear a crudely made cardboard wig and mask. Of Michael Licht, of course. To add to this, they also dressed it in the complete attire of Michael, just to really tie it all together, you know? The animal was then taken
Hang on.
Yeah.
Cardboard.
That's what the website. That's what the sorry, not website. That's what,
Here we go. That's what the website says.
yeah, a few books I read did say cardboard, but I don't. Obviously, back then, I'm not sure how they made. They may have had a. Do you want me to look at when was cardboard invented?
Yes,
Jesus
please.
Christ.
Don't worry, James, I've got this.
It says 1817, so yeah. But guess what? It was in Germany, apparently, in England and Germany at the same time. Okay, so they paper mache. They use paper mache,
Paper
right?
mache, yeah.
Parchment mache. There you go.
Yes.
That's better. That's better.
With their quills.
With their quills and such. So yeah, they flayed this wolf, splayed his arms and legs out to make him look like a person, then dressed him up in a man's outfit because it's definitely normal. The animal was then taken to the border near Noises and tied up to the gallows. This is ultimately how the tale ends. But I feel what you come away with personally from researching into it is that the story itself isn't necessarily about the actions of the wolf, but how the people reacted to it in the end.
Yeah, I feel like the way they reacted in the end's a bit scuffed.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
Be a bit overboard.
Yeah, I mean, the circumstances that are there for them, the superstition that they probably had already about werewolves and such, and the hatred towards the burgomaster, then all move completely with little information towards this new threat towards their town. And I feel like maybe he was just a real fancy wolf who liked wearing a white blanket. He did kill.
Yeah.
He was killing kids and cows. Like, I get that.
Maybe he was just like a discolor of his fur.
Yeah, he's a cool.
Maybe he didn't see a white shroud. It was just his fur.
He had a pigmentation issue.
He was a beautiful little snowflake, and you killed him.
Exactly.
Bastards.
This tale, to me, seems like more than just a group of people seeking vengeance for the loss of cattle and children, but a need for catharsis where all of their hatred and disdain towards Michael, was. And they exactly. And and it was exacted against this wolf. One, doing all this to this wolf was kind of one final humiliation towards Michael Licht, banishing his soul from this world, maybe. Their final towards him, something like that.
To be fair, it was like, 1600s, so it's a lot more of a religiously
I think
dominated
they packed
society.
all of their hatred for this one man who just died, probably not even into
just some mad symbolism.
in a bad way. He probably just died. And, he passed, and that was that, and there was no real justice against him. And then this wolf come along and was like, committing murder, and they were like, right, we're not going to say it, but deep down, we all think it's this guy coming back to ruin
Can you
it.
imagine being like, lads, I've got a weird one for you. I reckon that wolf is Mr. Lich. Now, don't get me wrong, it's the burgomaster.
And everyone was like, yeah, good idea, good point. Yeah.
Must be.
Quality.
Let's kill it.
Let's kill it. Done.
He was a bastard. This wolf's a bastard. He's been killing our kids. Let's kill it.
That's what I think it is, though, from the end of it. I think it is literally just a lot of built-up rage and anger.
Is everyone just really sexually frustrated?
Kill them off!
We just need to fucking kill it!
I need my release. But yeah. But wolves themselves are actually very highly prevalent in northwest Germany and Slavic lands to this day, meaning that superstitions like this one and also of the walking wolf still exist to this day. But I don't think it's ever too late to go out into the moonlight, fur outfit on, and just release the beast,
Oh.
I think sometimes we should do.
Lather yourself up in cat
Don't
fat.
kill anyone or anything.
Or do, we don't care.
Be a vegan werewolf. Oh, yeah, but don't say we did it, okay? We didn't tell you to do it. And I'm not an Unabomber.
I mean, not explicitly.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that was
the sound of my subliminal messages.
So that was so that was the Werewolf of Ansbach.
That was a story.
I think it could have just been a normal wolf.
I mean, obviously I didn't mention that, but yeah, it could have just been a normal wolf. Oh, no, I did. I said Uber wolf. It could have just been one Uber wolf. It probably was.
A super wolf.
But it also could have been a reincarnation of an asshole who came to, ruin a village just a bit more.
Possibly.
Just a bit more. Just a little bit more.
I reckon it was just a fucking wolf.
Excuse me. So Adam,
next.
Yeah.
Solved. Next.
So Adam, I found out that story.
No, I liked it. I liked it.
Uh-huh.
I can picture the wolf. I do like the idea of it wearing like a white shroud.
Yeah, I think it makes it a bit more, gives it a bit more character, doesn't it? As opposed to just being a wolf.
Because I never, do you know what? Whenever you say like werewolves or anything, the funny thing is I never imagine them to like be on all fours.
Yeah,
I always
you
imagine them to be standing.
Standing, yeah.
As like
Standing,
as like
buff,
a human.
sexy. Yeah, I know, yeah.
Which is strange.
Yeah. It's strange, but that's how the media has, brainwashed you to imagine werewolves as.
The mainstream media.
Mainstream media have corrupted your
They've
mind.
corrupted the image of the Wendigo, and now they've corrupted the image of werewolves.
Fucking 5G towers.
So go burn them down. I mean, did I tell you, Adam and Lewis, that someone tried to burn down the 5G tower near where I live because of COVID?
Somebody did in Derby.
Oh, if they fucking did, we wouldn't have COVID right now.
Yeah, if they cut down the 5G tower, I wouldn't be, sorry, Adam.
I wouldn't be suffering.
I keep acting like you don't have COVID. I'm sorry. I'm making it.
You're singling me out.
I'm making it all about me.
I've been through it. You've just freshly got it. I've been through the war. You're a private. I'm a corporal. Stand down, son.
But you got through the war, and you only got promoted once, so that's a shame.
I was a very good soldier.
Actually, you know what? There's private first class as well. You got promoted twice. Well done. Well,
did you get COVID through 5G?
Yeah, I had a phone call and it went bleh, and I went, I clicked my ear, and then I got COVID.
Oh shit, my Wi-Fi's off. I've got COVID.
Yeah, I didn't turn my Wi-Fi off and got COVID. Yeah, I always turn it off before bed, but I forgot, and it got me. It got me good.
Woke up. Oh fuck!
Is the 5G on? Oh no!
You've really fucked this.
Well done, James. You've gone and got yourself COVIDed. But yeah, that's it. Now I'm extra paranoid though, like around, just in general,
Yeah, I am. I have not left my room in 4 days now.
Is Tina okay?
No, 5 days. Tina's fine.
I know she is.
I am actually quite worried about passing it on to them though.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I'd be
because like with what I've been like, I can. I'm not saying I can cope with a lot, but I'm like 27, young, healthy,
fit, sexy,
and
on the market.
Yeah, not too bad.
I'd say Tina's all right as well. To be fair, Tina.
But like I've been in bed and like it's been a fucking pain for me. I'm like fuck no, this is actually quite bad. So yeah, I wouldn't want them to go through this.
Yeah, that's very kind of. I mean, my wife gave it to me, probably.
Bitch.
Can't really. I don't. No, I don't. We don't know because a few other families got it. So someone.
I don't know. Everyone seems to be getting it right now.
Omicron's
My wife.
My wife gave me COVID. No, it's
my wife.
My wife gave me COVID. Yeah, it's
It's the COVID, guys. I promise you.
Very nice. Yeah.
Oh Christ!
But yeah, that was the Werewolf of Ansbach. Any parting words, gents?
Be kind to me. Whatever the chant was.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Lewis's chant.
Lewis's rap
Spirits from the deep who never sleep, be kind to me.
Be kind to me.
There you go. Well done. Done. The great grey shape that makes men shiver. Remember that. But yeah, any final words, Lewis?
Shiver, shiver, shiver.
That's what you'll be doing tonight, James.
Thanks for that. Can't wait. This conversation's helped me sweat it out, so hopefully, Good. So if you want to get into contact us via email, it's marvels.mysteries@gmail.com. Leave any feedback there. Also, now on Spotify, there's a new rating system, and on our main page for the podcast, you can give us a star rating. And if you'd be so kind to give us a rating, that'd be much appreciated. Hopefully, you're enjoying it enough to give us 5 stars. But if you don't, it's fine.
You can only.
It's fine.
That's the only rating.
Yeah, there's only one rating option, which is 5 stars. So just go with it. Don't question it. Just go with it. How many people are going to spitefully just put 1 star now because of that comment? Oh, think you're funny, do you? 1 star. Oh. Yeah, that's what we'll
These
do.
bastards at MMM told me to give them 5 stars, so I'm only going to give them 2.
That's exactly.
Joke's on you. It fucking balances out the average.
But yeah. Also, you can also do the same thing on Apple Podcast. And also, if you'd like to follow us on Instagram, it's at MM Midlanders or at MMM Idlanders.
Idlanders.
There you go, Idlanders. So yeah, without further ado, a happy new year to you all. Thanks for listening, and hopefully I'll be well next week. Or I'll be, iller. We'll see.
Or dead.
Or that
The illest.
terrifying eventuality. Yeah.
And then when we're at your funeral, I'll say, it's been a pleasure, Turkey. And I'll go,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then I'll spit on the casket,
Cool.
which you'll love.
Looking forward to that. Yeah, well, do like being spat on. Ryan, have a great week, guys. Thank you. I'm James. He's Adam. And
I'm
he's
Adam.
Lewis.
Hello.
And we're Marvel, Mysteries and Midlanders. Take care now, and bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, 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 bye.
Snack on it, Daddy-o.